Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk. Today we are going to be going over a video talking about the new set coming up in February, Everfest. It was recently revealed this past week on what the set was going to be. Everybody kind of had an idea once they saw the Arcanite Skull Cap with EVR under it. People were just kind of connecting the dots and thinking that it was going to be Everfest, and it made sense, honestly, given that we're still in the Tales world and that they wanted to stay in the Tales world, and Everfest is from that. So I'm really excited for another supplemental set. I think the game needs it, but it's also a little bit scary in the best way to put it, because some of the heroes are either A, really powerful right now, or B, like on the cusp of being really powerful. And a supplemental set is definitely a set that could balance the game out really well, or it could just make the game broke. And what's hard is they probably didn't foresee Briar or whoever, right, being that good. So if she gets a couple more toys, because it says every hero is going to be supported in the game, in a set, then things can get out of control. But let's hope that doesn't happen. I think it's going to be really good. You can definitely tell they're changing it up and really trying to expand the card pool in this set just by some of the details they gave. So we'll get right into it. We'll talk a little about it. And at the end, I'm going to give 4 heroes that I think need some help, and not necessarily because they're bad, but like I would really enjoy seeing more cards for them. So we'll go over that. So step right up. The Greatest Show of Wraith is coming to a town near you. Everfest is a supplemental booster set designed to expand constructive play. I'll get why this is important here in a second. With new cards in the hero every game, new cards for every hero in the game. Now, what I'm curious to see about this statement, right, is it's with new cards for every hero in the game. I wonder if that means that every individual hero is going to get a card that's specifically designed for them, right? Like Ninja, for example, right? Is it going to be where you're going to get cards specifically for Benji, cards specifically for Ira, and cards specifically for Katsu? Or are we just going to get Ninja cards that covers all 3 of those heroes? Technically, both ways would make this statement true, but I think it's going to be for every hero individually, because they would say for every class in the game if it was just class cards. So I don't know if each hero is going to get their specialization card, or if we're going to get just like cards that have the art for certain heroes. Like you see like some of the Ira Ninja cards that has pictures of Ira or Ira like figures. I think that could possibility, but I really do think there's going to be some type of, maybe not a specialization card, but cards that are specifically designed for one particular hero, not just the class itself. It's still in the Aria series or Aria world, so the elemental side, I'm pretty sure it's going to still be here. Like for example, if you read about the it says Everfest continues to shine on the spotlight of strong environmental themes of Aria. So I think we're going to see some environmental stuff here. I'm not sure what it would be, because like this isn't Mysteria where you could get like wind or whatever, right? This isn't Volcor, we could do fire. Like I wonder what they're gonna end up doing here. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do. Some people are hoping for a bard class, right? Even the gentleman they have on the poster kind of looks like a bardy type player. I don't think it will be, but that'd be really cool and interesting to see. And I like the fact that they're doing paper packs. One, because it's environmentally friendly, right? And that's really the important part. But then on the like fun part, it also is really just carnival light, right? Like it matches the theme of what Everfest is. Going here, I'm gonna go to their page right here. It matches the theme of what Everfest is, and it just kind of goes with the set really well. And I like that even the booster box is paper. So looking at the details of the set, 198 card set. It's a pretty large set. 10 cards per pack instead of I think 14, right? 24 packs per display, so 240 cards per pack for booster box. One fabled, which a lot of people are thinking it's going to be that one gem that hasn't been revealed yet, but it could be something different. The gem kind of doesn't go with Carnival. I'm not saying people are wrong. I do think it'll be the gem because they kind of hinted at it. But that gem might be in the next set, and this might be something different. It just doesn't make sense to do like a gem in a Carnival. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for me. 3 legendaries. We already know one's Arcanite Skull Cap. I could be wrong, and I hope I don't burst anyone's bubble, but I really don't think that it's going to be any other 2 will be reprints. I think there'll be 2 new legendaries. I don't think they're gonna reprint all legendaries. Plus, There's not really another legendary other than Tunic that they could. They might reprint Tunic. I'll take that back. They might reprint Tunic because Tunic kind of makes sense with a carnival theme, right? Like flowy, like dress and stuff like that. So they might reprint Tunic, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. And it's two different legendaries. And if you look at this, they have 45 Majestic, 61 Rares, and 88 Commons. What that's different from Crucible, I don't remember the exact numbers, but Crucible had more Commons. So basically, they're taking away some of the Commons and making it and adding on the Rares and Majestics, right? Which to me maybe shows a couple more reprints, but we'll see. I personally, like, I'll say the one thing before I keep saying the word reprint this whole video. I don't think there's going to be as many reprints as people think. I think there's going to be a select few reprints, and that's it. You know, I don't know if they're going to add any in here. And what's weird about it, like, right, is if they reprint like Command and Conquer, that doesn't really go with the Everfest set. I mean, I don't care if it does or doesn't, like, all the way, but like Everfest supposed to be this fun carnival like set, you know, and stuff like Command and Conquer and stuff like Enlightened Strike doesn't really make sense. Maybe they add a carnival theme to it, but then that would just kind of look a little silly to me. I don't know. They're really big about their lore and really big about kind of tying things in. So I just don't know if they're gonna reprint as much stuff as people think. I hope they do because I want to see people get. I want to get my hands on more nice cards, but without having to pay like crazy premium for them. But overall, I just don't think they're going to as much. So in each pack, there'll be one premium foil, rainbow foil, or code foil. So you can get rainbow or code foil in a pack. You'll at least get 2 rares per higher and 7 commons. So the carnival slot, that's where I think the reprint's going to happen. I think it's DM Armada said this, and it's really funny because I was thinking similar thing. Is I like his idea of it being a alternate art reprint. Because it says, will you find good fame or fortune? Like the fortune part, I think could be like a really rare reprint, right? Like a Command and Conquer reprint or whatever they want to put in there, right? I think that Carnival slot's going to possibly be an alternate art reprint. If it's not, then I don't know what else it would be, right? It just makes sense for it to be that. Otherwise, like, I don't know what a random Carnival slot would be. But it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be fun to watch. You know, going into it also, like I said, it contains new cards for every hero in the game. So I'm assuming every hero is going to get their own individual cards. So we'll see Benji cards. We'll see KO cards. By the way that reads, like, that's what it should be. So it's going to be really fun, really interesting to see. And I'm really excited for this set. And it does say it's designed to expand constructive play, which is what makes me think it's going to have not as many reprints as people think. If they're trying to expand constructive play, they're not going to reprint a lot of things that wouldn't make sense, right? You're not really expanding constructive play if you're reprinting a bunch of cards. So that's my thoughts on it. So for as far as the 4 heroes that I think need some new cards, for lack of a better term, number 1 is definitely Katsu for me. Not just because I play Katsu, but just in general, like, we haven't had good ninja cards since Crucible. And even then, it was just like supplementary cards. It did improve it, but not a ton. Ninja in general just needs a little love. But at the same time, if they give too many cards to Ninja, it's going to be broke. Ninja's already like one of those solid top 4, top 5 decks, top 3 decks, depending on where you're at. Aggro Katsu is always like up there in the meta. Not ever dominant, but up there. So if you give him like really good cards, it's going to make him even better. Especially with Ira in Blitz too. Like, she'll even get even better. So I would like to see some cool stuff, maybe with a wind element. If they ever did it, would be really nice to see. The assassin trait still hasn't been revealed yet, so maybe we have ninja assassins. That would be really cool. I just think ninja in general needs a little love, and Katsu in particular, because they haven't gotten a lot of cards. Next one is Rhinar. I think Rhinar needs a little bit more love too, and Brute in general. You'll see I'll go to Levia here too. Brute just needs more cards. Their gameplay is a little bit too linear right now. They have a ceiling, and there's a lot of great players that have played them consistently, and they just hit that ceiling. So I think definitely Rhinar needs to help. I would like to see him have some type of card that, like, gives him an ability or gives him a proc based off his intimidate factors. Like, let's say you play an aura type card where it's like, if you've intimidated twice this turn, gain X, right? Whether it's life, whether it's gain a token that does something that goes with Brute, whatever. Like, I think they need to they need to give people like a positive outcome for doing the intimidate triggers, and just kind of like how Briars is incentivized to deal damage for Earth tokens, he should be incentivized for doing intimidates for X triggers. That'd be really cool. With Levia, I think it'd be really cool to see something to do with like more consistent when she discards 6 power or more, other than just turning off blood debt. Maybe if it like you haven't had blood debt in so many turns, X happens or whatever. Levia's gonna be a little bit harder, I think, to mess with. I personally don't know how to attack her and make her better, because she is one of those heroes that's like right in the middle. And if you gave her like a couple really good toys, she would be dominant as hell, because she just can hit you so hard. She hits like a truck. But just Brute in general, Rhinar and Levia both need a little bit of love, and I hope they get it. And then we had Katsu as well, obviously. And the final one is Kano. Kano is going to be the hard one. I think obviously Kano is going to get some love in this set, and I think he's going to get a lot of love in the next set. I wouldn't be surprised if you go to Volcor or Mysteria for the next set. Kano needs some love, obviously, because he's there for Blitz, number 1 hero in Blitz. But for Constructed, it's a weird fine line they're putting, because he's still usable in Constructed, right? And if you hit your lines, you can beat people. There was a Kano that made day 2 at Vegas. It's definitely doable. The thing is with Kano is if you buff him just a little bit too much, he's going to dominate the format. Like, just dominate it. It'll be stupid. Having 10 less life does make it a little bit more even, but yeah, he's one of those heroes where they're going to have to be really, really careful on how they buff him, because he is going to dominate the format if they buff him poorly. I would like to see some maybe defense reactions that deal arcane, right? Or enhance his arcane ability. That might be a good buff. He doesn't really have those. I think that would be a really cool thing to see. Maybe another weapon. I mean, his one weapon's really good. Makes stuff do it instant speed. And maybe another thing that does instant speed with another ability or something like that. Just something to give him a little bit of variety. And finally, his equipment. He has decent equipment, but more equipment would be nice for him. Just to kind of like change up his playstyle a little bit and kind of do different things. So that's who I think those 4 need is Rhinar, Levia, Kano, and Katsu. Obviously, other ones could need help or not need help. Runeblade is going to get more cards, so people are going to get really upset about that, because obviously those Runeblade heroes are just going to get better. Runeblade is just, I think, the one thing I'll say, but I'm not going to go on a soapbox about this, is I personally think Runeblade to Flesh and Blood is just like, that's a staple class. They're never not going to want Runeblade to be good. That's just my opinion. They can say otherwise, but like Runeblade and like light versus dark, evil versus good, like that's just going to be what it is. And I think Runeblade's always going to be in the mix. Obviously, they're going to get cards this set because every hero is supporting the game. So Briar's going to get cards, guys. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to burst your bubble. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about Everfest. I think it's gonna be a great set. I'm gonna pick up a couple boxes myself. But yeah, the MSRP is at $100, which is $10 more than what Tales of Aria was. So your local game store, whatever you bought your box for, it's probably gonna be $10 more. So just keep that in mind as you're saving up money. And it releases on February 4th, and I think that the not leaks, but the show, like where they show cards early, happens like basically 2 weeks before prior, so maybe we'll get some leaks before then. I doubt it, though. They're pretty good about that. We'll see. Yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of the video. Let me know what y'all think of the new set, what you're excited for, what you hope happens, what you hope doesn't happen. Leave a comment. Please give me your feedback. I would love to hear people. I'm really excited about this set, and I always love to hear other people's ideas on the set. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate y'all. We're almost at 200 subscribers, which is unreal. We've only been doing the channel for about 6 weeks now. It's crazy. And I really appreciate y'all. Please also go to other Flesh and Blood creators, give them some support and love. Really try to drive their channels up as well. We want everybody to be able to create content, because that's how more people see the game and more people enjoy it. Yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of your week, a good Thanksgiving, and I will talk to y'all next time. Thank y'all so much.